Hello, and welcome to Rain's Cryptids, Myths, and Folklore. I'm your host, Rain, and today we are going to learn what we can about this cryptid. So let's begin. And today we're going to talk about demons. A disclaimer first. I'm not saying you're wrong if you believe in God or Jesus. That is your choice. I am not bashing religion either. Just pointing out the things that man dabbled in when he shouldn't have. Which at this point, man has dabbled way too much. We are going to talk about the lumping together into one category, demons, plus many other topics within the realm of so-called demons, and many of my theories. So, what are demons? Christians today often describe them as fallen angels, workers of the most famous fallen angel of all, Satan. Some say that in ancient Jewish times there was no such connection, or even with the first Christians. Let's take a look at where the word demon came from, or should I say, the definition. The definition of demon circa 1200, an evil spirit, malignant supernatural beings, an incubus, a devil. From Latin, daemon, spirit. From the Greek, daemon, deity, divine power, lesser god, guiding spirit, sometimes including the souls of the dead. Well, that was simple. The only thing is, they leave out a lot. Every religion seems to have their term of a demon, which is similar here and there, which they all call them demons. Well, except what still survives in the old beliefs. There, they just call it evil or dark. We all should know that we must have balance in this world. So when I say they call it evil or dark, it means it wasn't identified, and everything was given a chance to help keep balance. But with religion, they decided for us. Well, more like man did. For example, fairies are considered demons by most all religions. Yes, they can be ornery and even have the choice to do bad things, but not all are bad. Again, this is another area where these cryptids are lumped into one big ball of, well, stupid. All because they have intelligence and or other abilities we don't, and man can't have that. But my point is that they have the choice to be for the light or dark, individually, as we get to. There is always something just as strong to counter, or should I say, keep in balance? Well, except when religion took over and broke the balance. Or should I say, man dabbled in religion and broke the balance. By causing us to identify everything we are not and have intellectual intelligence, even if they have no qualm with us, or even if they do, labeling them a demon is just petty and, well, for a lack of better term, childish. Just imagine some of these cryptids were allies, and then all of a sudden we turned them into demons, basically turning our backs on them. That's like having your best friend say they can't be your best friend anymore because others said you have cooties, and that is just ridiculous and childish. So in true form, a demon is on the side of evil or darkness. If you unlabel the word demon, you find that the witch next door is not so evil after all, and wishes no harm on humans. But by man's religion, they are evil, and by the standard, a demon or working with demons. Or maybe that neighbor your grandfather has been leaving watermelons for is not so evil either. It's just a Bigfoot that your grandfather made friends with. But by man's religion, it is considered a demon, yet it wishes no harm on you. Again, the belief of God is not bad. It's just man has dabbled in it to make things that once could have been known to be made out as a demon when it's just another animal as we are. We forget that we are just animals, no more, no less, as they are. Do we have superior intelligence? Really? I don't think so. Look at the world today. We are crumbling. Now I must say, when it comes to the cryptids, there are some that hate humans now because of what our ancestors did by turning their backs on them, or even started attacking cryptids that were once allies. Doesn't that make us the demons, not them? That's not to say some of these cryptids didn't already have a hatred for humans, but that still does not make them demons, or evil, or dark. If you don't like me, does that make you a demon or evil? No. Why? Because your choice to not like me is your own reasons. But if you start convincing others to hate and attack me for your own personal choices, then you could be considered evil. Now, just hating someone is not evil. It's just an emotion. But using it to cause harm onto others is evil. Now let's get back to the broken balance. All of us humans, cryptids, and any other mysterious beings out there have the choice which side of balance they want to be on individually. It has always been this way, and humans chose to take the cryptids and other beings' choice away, labeling them demons. Did you know that not all cryptid sightings have had bad encounters? Why? Because the cryptid made a choice. Isn't that like our free will? We have the choice to sin or not. But at the same time, we are set up from the very beginning with the whole do not judge others when judgment is put into us already by identifying all cryptids as demons. That means humans have followed in that judgment and classified all of them as demons. Of course, some, if not all of this judgment has been made into this world, mostly from man muddling so they can control the narrative. I have read that originally this classification was not in any of the religious texts. So I will state, not all cryptids are evil and should not be classified as a demon, when in fact some are helpers on the side of light, and we ignore and make them out as demons. Again, man has dabbled too much in history and muddled it to fit its chosen narrative, leaving us in the dark without true knowledge of who we are and who they are. Proof of this is already in the history of battles. For example, when a battle is won, it is the winner who writes the history of it, and they get to say whatever they want for the reasons they chose to battle the other. If it's a lie, then they are siding on the dark side, which includes lying over how they got the people to help follow into battle, which is also an evil act. So, in the end, history is muddled. When pharaohs took over, they would try and erase the past so they looked more powerful. This also happens with wars as well. For the most part, individuals do not want to go to war, but when you are told some atrocity has been done, we fight to stop it or avenge it. The people that join are not evil, but the act of the one who lie is. When we look at true darkness, which has to exist in order to have light and keep balance, you will see it has truly belonged to us to make that decision, not man telling us what we are supposed to believe is right or wrong. Humans are not beneath this. We, as well as the cryptids, have to choose to fight against or for darkness. But in the end, balance must be, or you will have a great reset. Also, in true essence, evil is not and never will be an actual form. It is pure energy, just like good. It is and has always been energy. We choose which we want to consume as individuals. This includes the cryptids, which means not all cryptids are evil, and that's why using the word demon is like putting blinders on. So putting a face to evil is also giving it power to inflict on you. I hear so many say that the creature was scary looking, but it never attacked or did anything to anybody, except the human thought they were lucky because they got away from that demon. Was the human actually the evil one for their judgment on the cryptid? Because we have numbed ourselves to how we use words and classifying everything. Again, as individuals, we choose our path for good or evil, but don't have the right to make the choice for others. If they choose evil, then you can call it a monster. If they don't, well, quit vilifying them for the way they look or any other judgmental thing we like to do as humans. May I add that some cryptids have attacked us and tried to kill us, but so have bears, cougars, and many more, but they are not labeled as demons. Okay, now let's look at what would be considered dark evil, or as labeled demons, which again, I believe some labeled should not be included, so they will not be included. To start, it is an act of doing something that is considered heinous or malicious to be considered evil. This includes humans too. Just being scary looking is not, which is why I don't like the labeling word demon. So, in doing this, we must look at what you have to do to lead you to the dark side, which some of these things that can lead to the dark side. I know, cheesy, but this is serious stuff. Of course, lying, cheating, stealing, greed are all things that can lead you down that road. But the continual doing of these can cause you to sink deeper. You are feeding it, for a lack of a better term, when you do these things. It will grow and get stronger, and if you do things like inflicting harm on yourself or others, continually using dark magic. Yes, I said dark magic. There is a big difference. Then you have sunk so deep that you may not be able to come back from it. Your choice is made with these, selling your soul, calling upon evil, and there is no return. Now there are things that love to prey on you that are full of darkness and can lead to possession, which is an energy type of evil. Now what tries to take you over is something that is considered evil for sure. It thrives on chaos and causing destruction, possibly more on a personal level of the possessed. Of course, it does love when it causes pain to others that are close to you, plus whoever you bring in to help you. All those horrible emotions it seems to love. This dark energy, I believe, whatever brought it forth into our world, is where it gets its personality per se, possibly even those it has devoured. But it is still energy, which is why it can't just go into anybody. And it doesn't matter what faith you have. It all keeps it at bay as long as you truly believe. Then you have the Wendigo, which some believe is an evil spirit. But I see it more of a nature's evil side. They seem to live in nature only. They like causing those same emotional feelings before it tries to eat you. Even in nature has to have balance, dark versus light, and the Wendigo is part of that dark. If there was one thing that you could actually call a demon, that would be it. But it is still just nature's true evil side. Now skinwalkers are created by man, and that use of dark magic, continual use of dark magic, will lead you to the dark consuming you, and then you get a skinwalker. And I believe a few others as well. Rakes usually don't attack humans, well, alive anyways. They feed on the dead. So they really would be more of a neutral type, but barely at that, and depending on what level of balance the world is at. But they probably lean more dark, since carnage does lead to more food. Some would like to include Mothman, but I am still studying it. Right now it shows up when bad things are going to happen. It's not proven that it causes it, so some sightings say it tried to attack them. Could it have been diverting them away from a disaster they were probably heading to? I am checking in on it. Not to say they didn't happen, but they could be a different cryptid altogether as well. I did read one that actually was a gargoyle, not a Mothman. Of course, I am still doing research on all of them, but I believe naming evil or darkness is giving it power. That also causes us to become numb to the words like demons, and even the word evil itself is thrown around too much. Okay, I am going to use a movie as an example, because it truly does give the best one. Never-ending Story. The darkness in it wasn't an actual physical being, but a negative energy, or nothingness, that grew stronger, and the wolf chose to side with it. But not all wolves did. Look at how the word Satan and demon already is used. We throw words around like it's nothing, so it makes it easier for evil or darkness to take hold or to gain strength. So remember, when you talk about something, don't give it the power it wants unless you want it to. If you feel as if dark energies are following you, remember, it's not what faith you have, it's how strong you believe to keep it at bay. Watch your words so you don't numb yourself to those dark and evil energies. We have lost our nature's way and forgotten the energies of the earth because of man muddling in our history. But she still has to have balance, and whether we remember or not, she will keep balance one way or the other. I will have a part 2 with more info on the cryptids and the evil side, so keep your eyes peeled for it. And that's what I have on demons, or how I prefer to say, evil. Please like and subscribe. Share as well. And if you have a sighting that you would like to share, please email me. My email is in the descriptions below. All that I share on video will be done anonymously. Also, if you have a cryptid that you would like for me to do a video on, please leave a comment or email me. Now, it's time for Superstition for thought. And today's thought is Curse of the Evil Eye. The evil eye dates back to the 6th century BC, which is 5,000 years ago. Of course, that is what we know. It could go even older. It is a curse. But the evil eye is widely used in many places like Western and Central Asia, Mediterranean regions, and a few others. The Egyptians have the Eye of Horus, which is a similar symbol of protection and good health and protection from the evil eye. It is also mentioned in many religions like Christianity, Islam, Jewish, and probably many others. But again, it also predates most of these religious beliefs. So, giving a malevolent glare to someone, you are wishing them misfortune and or injury. Some believe it's more of a supernatural force when you give the malevolent glare, which will bring harm to whoever you give the glare to. In each of these, the way we are given the curse of the evil eye is really the same, but the how to combat it is different in some. One of the ancient ways was they had their cups made of ceramic or clay drawn with the eye. But when glass beads came into the picture around 1500 BC, the eye beads became popular. Charms, amulets, talismans were used to help ward it off. They are used in the home and on the person. We see it everywhere, like the hamisay. Not sure if I pronounced that right. I'm wearing one right now, though. Our words are already proven to be powerful, so it's not surprising that our other senses are just as powerful, like the use of our eyes. I believe we used to be much more powerful than we are today, but we closed our minds and removed our nature side for what? Well, you can decide on that. I know I see it. So, I hope nobody gives you the curse of the evil eye, and if they try, I hope you have your talisman on you. And that's what I have for this Superstition for Thought. Thank you for joining me for this cryptid journey. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next week.